Hello, guys. We have one more thing to try today, and then I am not eating for the next 55 years. I've resisted eating all of my apple crumble, partly because I think the apples need to be cooked for a bit longer. So I ate most of the crumble, as in the actual crumble part. Um, oh my goodness, it is raining so badly outside. Going back to food. Um, and ate as the softest portions of apple, and then I refrigerated the rest. I just about managed to make room for my dish in the fridge, and then so tomorrow I can cook the apples for a bit longer, and maybe eat them with some soft cheese. But it was a good first attempt for an apple crumble, but I think even I underestimated just how tough the larger apples would be, and I should have chopped them much smaller. Um, I say even I because I know apples to be tough, which is why I never eat uncooked apples because of my jaw condition. But I found the receipt. It was in my bag. The Food Warehouse. It tells you the store manager Roberts, but not the name of the young lady who served me. It's always interesting seeing whether receipts list the cashier or not, because at the works they do, which is good. So you get to know their names. But I spent a total of £8.75. The cheese slice was only £1. The pizza stuffed bagels were £2.75. Oh, there we go. It was £2.75. The crispy pancakes were only £1, really? Well, that's not too bad. That sheds a new light on them. Only £1, 25 pence each. And they're quite small, but still, we just need to get over this mystery about how they are not suitable for vegetarians. And now £4, yeah. I knew they'd be expensive because it's a brand thing. I was afraid of looking at the price, but I did see in store that they were £4. These Jaffa Cakes branded triple dip sticks. I'm not a big fan of ice cream, and I get toothache easily, so this is going to be fun. But I'm a massive fan of Jaffa Cakes, so that they saw me coming miles away. I was afraid of looking at the price, but I saw in store that they were £4. And you do not even get four, so it is not even one for £1. They're more than £1 each, because it is just three for £1. Triple dip sticks, creamy orange ice cream dipped in layers of smooth chocolate and a tangy orange sauce. So I tried earlier in the year the McDonald's Jaffa Cakes ice cream. It was okay, not the ice cream so much, but these little balls of Jaffa Cakes, Jaffa Cake flavoured chocolate balls or something. But again, you could have them without the ice cream. They could easily release them as a snack. They probably have done before. In fact, I think they have released something similar before. So, but it is something different. I always appreciate creativity. How will this hold a candle to the legendary Jaffa Cake, or will this be something of a failed experiment? And look, I can see already how relatively small they're going to be. At £4, and you cannot even put four of them in a box for £4. That's disgraceful. These are better taste, bloody nice. Okay, the chocolate looks quite dark. It actually looks lighter in the camera, but from my perspective, it looks a bit dark. Okay, look at the ingredients. We have loads of ingredients. Unsurprising for ice cream. Reconstituted skimmed milk chocolate. At least they are not skimming over the facts. Okay, never mind. Chocolate flavor sorry, that actually smells quite nice. Chocolate flavor coating, 24%. Sugar, coconut oil, cocoa powder. Anhydrous. Do I need my glasses, or is that a neologism? Anhydrous milk fat. What? Shea, emulsifiers, lecithins, Peter Snuggle muffin, polyglycerol. What the hell? I do need my glasses. Polyriconolate. You are making these words up. Orange sauce, 16%. Sugar, water, orange juice, glucose syrup, modified cornstarch acid, citric acid, gelling agents, pectins, flavourings, colours, carotenes. Anito Norbixin, that's an actress from EastEnders, isn't it? Annetta Norbixin, chocolate flavour, it's a disease, one of the two. Chocolate flavour coating, coconut oil, sugar, fat reduced cocoa powder, emulsifiers, lecithin, sugar, orange juice from concentrate, 6%, coconut oil, glucose syrup, vegetarian whey powder, dry skimmed milk, emulsifiers, mono and diglycerides or fatty acids, acidity regulators, citric acid, caramel, sugar water, stabilizers, locust bean gum, guar gum, and flavour. I think my ice cream is melted now. Or Jaffanatics, yes, I am a Jaffanatic, or Jaffa Cakeaholic. Jaffaholic, suitable for vegetarians, I'd hope so, unless you're stuffing pork inside here. But that would be telling porkies. Okay, I will give up the jokes. I will not give up my day job. Oh no, wait, this is my day job. Registered trademark of Pladis UK Limited. So yeah, McVitie's Jaffa Cakes branded ice creams. I will admit, the chocolate on Magnums is nice, but again, just give me a bar of Magnum, create a Magnum bar chocolate because that's the thing. I appreciate people who are into ice cream. It's a great thing having a dark chocolate or white chocolate, whatever. But and I had a thing about Maxipons, but again, it's not the ice cream. It's just because you had that soft sandwich wafer thing, and then you had the rocky other half. It was just a cool concept. Okay, but yeah, relatively small. Mm. Mm. This is why it is so good to remain open-minded. I was not prepared for how good that was. Just a small bite. There's, um, yeah, some liquid. I guess the orange sauce, which is quite rich in taste. It smells a little like a Jaffa cake, I suppose. The chocolate itself, I'm sure just standard chocolate, which is good. Okay, these may actually be worth £4. These may actually be worth £4. I may have to eat my words and eat my ice cream. Mm. Yeah, just for my preference, the ice cream is too cold because I'm not good with ice cream, but hard. There's a slight sweetness to the orange sauce, and you can sort of get the Jaffa cake reference, but it is not incredibly reminiscent of a Jaffa cake, but it is bloody nice in its own way. Excuse my language. Mm. Mm. That orange sauce is pretty good. Mm. I've been silenced. That is high quality, one of the highest quality ice creams I've ever had. I've not had a great deal in recent years anyway, because as I say, I'm not normally an ice cream person. But from what I remember of Magnums, they're beautiful chocolate, but overall, if we take Magnums as one of the elites within the ice cream world, this might actually take on a Magnum. Maybe the chocolate is not quite as high quality or whatever. I mean, it's good enough for me. I enjoy it, but um, it is a good contender. This could stand against a Magnum, I would say. Oh, McVitie's, how I doubted you. Wow. I mean, I did not know what to expect, but I'm not sure where I thought the Jaffa essence would come from. But I suppose I was thinking something less liquid somehow. Some just maybe even like with the McDonald's Jaffa Cakes ice cream, just some chocolate balls inserted, or just something smelling like a Jaffa cake, and I don't know, the ice cream having a Jaffa cake flavour or something. But that's liquid orange sauce delivers the flavour so immediately due to being liquid. And just it's actually a pretty good ice cream, and I'm not an ice cream person, but yeah. I mean, £4 for three. They could have, and probably should have shoved an extra one in. I'm sure they could have done at least. Then it is £1 per ice cream. These are expensive. Nothing can change that, but they are high quality. I am hard to impress with ice cream, but again, the ice cream itself is pretty standard. But you add that orange sauce and the chocolate. It is somewhat reminiscent of Jaffa Cakes. I suppose I just about accept it as a Jaffa Cakes branded product. I feel like I'm chief Jaffa Cake I'm chief of the Jaffa Cakes. I have to vet each product. I will allow it as a Jaffa Cakes themed product. I accept that. But it does go in a different direction because it is a different product, but not in an inferior sense. What it does very well. You know, run of the mill dark chocolate, darkish chocolate, which is great. I love dark chocolate. Run of the mill ice cream, all ice cream tastes the same to me. So, but I'm sure it is good quality, but it all tastes the same to me. But that orange sauce is really good. That just the first bite, as soon as you bite into it, you just the richness of that that Jaffa-esque sauce, the smell, but it is not so much a smell thing here. They really have actually delivered on taste. It's pretty good. That is such a rich taste, and I'm torn. Do I recommend it as a product? Yes. Price wise, no. As nice as it is, I still see it as a bit of a cheat. It's 3 for £4, but um, let me say they are delivering a high quality product, make no mistake, but try to get them cheaper. At least pay no more than £3, not because they're not worth it. I'm tempted to say that paying £10 would be worth it, but it would not be. But if you're like me and you do not buy ice creams often and you want to give yourself a treat, then go for these. They had some bounty themed cakes of some kind, but again, they're £4 for a box. So yeah, it's a brand thing again. But here you are not paying just for the brand. McVitie's has actually delivered. To give them credit, this is good. This is a good product which is rapidly melting over my table and hands, so I'm gonna finish eating. But give them a go. They're actually pretty high quality, to be fair, but expensive. So get them cheap if you can. Do not sue me, McVitie's.